Welcome back to my channel. It's me, your friendly neighborhood artist, and I'm here to, talk about a little bit of a story time about, like, what I'm doing here as you see, like, on the screen. So, I have a character named Dust, and she's a cyberpunk character, like Cyberpunk 2077. And I was like, you know what would be great if I could just draw her in a cyberpunk street, you know, at night with all the crazy lights and all the fun, and that would be really cool for me. But then I realized that I really suck at drawing cities. I just can't freaking do it. Like I've drawn like ideas of cities in the background by someone giving me a tutorial that was really easy to use. But something up close where there would have to be like multiple different things and all that. And I know like what the secret is to blur it. But I was like, and then I tried using this thing called finding an image and using Photo Sketcher and turning it into artwork. But then when I did that, it was like, man, it was just ugly. And that's not what I wanted either. So what I decided to do was I was like, all right, maybe there's something that someone generated with AI that I could use. And I looked at that because, you know, if people are like, you know, use AI in your workflow, this would be a great time for me to try it because there's something I can't do without having extreme difficulty. So I looked at, and it all looks like crap. It all looks terrible. Like most of it is just blobs and streaks, and it just and you can't see that there's actual text there. Whatever, it's ugly. That's not the point. Point is that I sat there and I was doing this all night long too. I was all night long trying to research a way that I could make a cyberpunk world background. And I was like, all right, how about this? I'll go find one that I like and I'll trace it. And then I'll make my own version of it once I have the perspective down, right? So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that. Then I realized that that's really hard too. I just don't have the perspective understanding to draw a busy cyberpunk street. I just don't have it in me. And I tried for 40 minutes to draw that. Just to see if I could understand how to do it on my own, right? You know, I mean, you know, people understand what practice is. It wasn't something I was going to post. It was like a practice, and then I was going to try to attempt my own. But it was too hard. Then what I decided to do was I started to look up on YouTube, like very specifically, how to make a cyberpunk city drawing. And one of the things that came up was this guy, and I felt like I hit the jackpot. This dude was so freaking quick. He was photo bashing a whole image. He had like probably 20 photos. And he edited this image to make it look like there was like someone had got shot on the side of like a neon road that was like next to some apartments, and it was all cyberpunk. But yeah, I mean, it was all cyberpunk. It was really cool. And I really appreciated that. And I was like, oh my god, I can do that. I have some skills. So what you're seeing here is me like editing it. So the thing is if you're having problems figuring something out, it is okay to go and like maybe use a skill you haven't touched in a while. Like I can do photo editing, but I forgot that I actually could photo bash and just make my own. So I literally watched his video and then I watched what he did and I just did something similar. Like you can't even tell that all the things are not supposed to be there. I tried to, but because some of my neon signs are weird, but it doesn't matter because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to blur it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Point is, it doesn't matter because I'm going to blur it. If you can't do it, just make a photo bash and blur it. There you go. You made your background. cheated. It felt like cheats, but you know what? It was a good cheat. That's what I would do. If you can't do it, make a photo bash. Use like 10 images, so it's not even, you can't even tell what the original was, and then just freaking blur it and put your character in there. Boom, done. Okay, you guys have a good day. I will see you next week. Bye guys. I'm still working on the watercolor video. I swear to God, I will do it, baby. It's really hard because I don't know how to do it. All right, bye.